but your song Sister, like, oh my gosh, it like helped me so much. It was, and like Jess, Jess Falk, she like had to come and collect me and put me on the cart, the golf cart, and like hold me like a baby and rock me.
That's
Okay.
Until, like 30 seconds ago.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
all right. It's okay.
what year was that?
That would have.
Or do we need to start that over?
No, we're good. We're good.
When-
I'll
I'm trying to think.
We
Okay.
played Moonshiners 2 years. The first year was 2018. The
Yeah.
second being 2019. We played during the day on the Forest stage. The first year that we played, and
Okay.
then the second year
It was
it was
the
a
second year
dark
then.
show.
Yeah.
Or a dark show. It was
Yeah,
a
it was at
night
night.
show.
It was a dark time
It was
show.
it was post Meridian.
Yeah. Post
fancy.
Yeah, it was nice though. Yeah, it was at night. So yeah, it was 2019.
So Trina, could you once again introduce us?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
so
Because I fucked up.
take two. Yeah, we're in Security Blanket. I'm Trina Bean, and we have from Magnolia Boulevard, we've got Maggie Noel over here.
Hey.
Yes, and Greg Erwin. And yeah, they're in Magnolia Boulevard. It's a great band.
Thank
So
So-
good to be here, man.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you
so
all
glad
very
you all
much.
for having us.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It truly means the world, and it's a privilege to be here. So thank
Yeah.
you all very much for asking us.
Yeah. I do want to offer my condolences to you all about Todd Copeland, who passed away, your all's drummer, because I know this is fresh off of, that this just happened, like what?
It happened
Like,
the night of September 1st, which was a Wednesday, into the morning of September 2nd.
Yeah.
And we had just rehearsed actually here in the place that we're doing this podcast,
Yeah.
which coincidentally was the first place that we ever rehearsed. And actually, it was the first time Maggie and I had met face. We had found out, later talking, that we've passed each other, in passing,
Yeah.
but it was the first time that we officially met, man. Was in this
Yeah.
very room right here, and it was
Okay.
the last time Todd ever, it was the last night of his life.
Oh, yeah.
And of course,
Yeah.
how weird things happen in music and stuff. It was probably one of the best, most productive rehearsals that we ever had, wasn't it, Mag?
It was a good one. It was. We got a lot done that day, and everybody was happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We actually worked up a tune that Todd had written.
Yeah.
Todd wrote, and he'd been trying to get us to play it for a while now. And it's a great tune. It's a little, what would you say?
It just doesn't fit an electric band situation with the instrumentation that we have.
Yes.
Todd was a very, very accomplished ukulele, and I have to say this,
Ukulele.
player.
He
Yeah.
would correct you. He would correct you if you said it wrong.
Yeah.
And it is ukulele.
Ukulele. Uka Todd, but man, he wrote so many just wonderful, beautiful classical-esque type pieces, and
Yeah.
his ear for music was just, man,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, that we rolled up here, wrapped up at about 9:30 that night, gave each other hugs, said I love you like we always done, and
Yeah.
that was that, man.
Yeah. Man.
But one
That was
good thing
just
I
so
will
sudden.
add this.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Yeah. Yeah.
I
One
feel like
one
it hits harder too when it is so out of the blue, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
one great thing in hindsight that I think is really helping me through, as you said, it's still so fresh, man.
Mhm.
And his last show we played Railbird Festival 2021. We played on a Saturday at the hottest part of the day, 4 to 4:45.
Oh, right. Oh gosh.
But
yeah. And I heard that, or that it was hot out there. Yeah.
And luckily, like
real.
for some reason, man, we had, we had an incredible crowd, didn't we, Mike?
We did.
Yeah.
For as hot as it was at that point in the day, I was really surprised at the amount of people who were just sitting there fucking getting
baked,
it.
man.
Yeah.
You know, in the
Dedicated
for
in,
sure.
in the UV sense,
Yeah.
getting baked. You know,
Right, but
Ultraviolet.
everybody's been so, just deprived of live music.
Right.
So,
Sure.
everybody's like, I don't care if I fall
Yeah,
over
well-
from dehydration.
and-
I want to hear this shit.
and what's very interesting about that, this entire year, once we were able to get, vaccinated and things started opening back up, like, one of the big ones for me, man, we had like Swanee and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the big one for me was Peach Festival in Scranton, Pennsylvania. You know? And, man, you can just tell Ryan Allen, our keyboard player,
Yeah.
the logistical genius, and I were talking about this, and it holds so true, man, because the fans, the audience, the crew, the musicians, everyone has been craving this because we were deprived of it for 14, 15 months.
Right.
And what's so special about especially these festival shows, or any show for that matter, man, small to large, whatever, you've really witnessed the absolute best shows that a band has to offer. No one is holding anything back, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we Todd Copeland was he was the older brother I never had. I learned so many lessons from him, musically especially, and personally, and just being a good human being. And it's left a hole, and I know I'm only speaking for myself, but I know that I'm speaking for everyone else in the band and all of his friends and family.
Yeah.
It's left a huge hole that can never be paved.
Yeah, I know they had two drummers at Grateful Sunday just to try to like soften them. You know what I mean? Like
try to feel
like
what Todd done
last
man.
Sunday, or and I was like, it takes two drummers. And I'm still like, where's Todd?
It really does.
It really does. But it's like, it's a nice gesture.
He was.
I appreciate the gesture, and not to say that they were doing great. It's just like it made me think of I was just like,
Todd was just such an intuitive player that you would be in an improv situation, which is music we all love, and that's when the magic truly happens, man.
Yeah.
He was such an intuitive player and had so much musical wisdom and so much musical knowledge that you would think that you had an idea and you came up with some idea, and Todd had already thought about it 4 bars ago.
For sure.
He was something else, and we'll forever miss our dear brother.
Yeah.
We love you, Todd.
Yeah. We love you, Todd. Yeah. Yes.
How did you guys meet him? Like how? I mean, I know he's like a staple. I'm not from Lexington.
Yeah.
Hearing like everyone's backstory to me is like super interesting.
Yeah.
And I hope to those who might be listening that are new to the Lexington scene.
Sure.
I mean, how did y'all come across? I've heard Trina told us,
Yeah. I met him at Happy Turtle, and he searched my backpack when I was a kid, and I was trying to steal something, and he told me, and it was him and Aaron.
So where did he search your backpack at?
I came out of the,
at his head shop.
Yeah, at his head shop, because I skipped school that day.
Okay.
I stole the car.
Okay,
I came over
gotcha.
from Winchester. I was like, I'm going to Happy Turtle, and I was stoned, it was.
I'm gonna get me a bowl.
And later, he actually, full circle, he gave me this backpack.
Oh,
He doesn't. I don't think he remembered the story, but he gave me this backpack, and then it jogged my memory, and
Yeah.
I realized that that's how I met Todd.
oh,
Well, man,
If that makes it, yeah,
with
like.
Todd,
that's
if
so sweet.
if-
But he didn't call the cops or anything. He just was
course,
like,
of
"Get out of
course.
here, kid!" Don't. He said, "Don't steal from small businesses."
well, you know, man, Todd,
And
Of course he did.
I never did after that. I was just like,
Todd was one of those people that if you met him one time, you truly knew Todd.
Right.
He was himself. But anyways, to answer your question,
Yeah.
I'm from Hazard, Kentucky. Maggie's from Clintwood, Virginia, and actually Maggie met him before I did. So
Yeah.
you should start with that, Maggie.
Okay.
You know,
And share your experience.
I shared this at his memorial, but I really honestly cannot, and neither of us ever could remember our first initial encounter.
Yeah.
He just was, always a friend,
Right.
But I'd say like the Terrapin scene
Yeah.
for sure is how I met Todd. And
Yeah.
funny, when I first moved here, little broke kid, I was couch surfing a lot, and
Yeah.
ended up moving into a little house on 4th Street in the ghetto
Yeah.
with some friends, and needed a job pretty
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
and got the shittiest job at the Amazon warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And it was the middle of winter, and I'll never forget. I'm like, I'm just going to make enough money to do this, and then I'm quitting this job.
Yeah.
Not worrying about my vehicle that I was driving at the time, which
Right.
was like a freaking Dodge granny car. What are they? Either way, it didn't have any defrost on that in that
Okay.
vehicle, and the battery constantly died.
Oh no.
So Todd and I both worked at that Amazon warehouse at that
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
And I loved it because he was my only buddy there.
Yeah.
We only had 2 smoke breaks the entire freaking 15-hour shift or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 12-hour shifts. They were long shifts.
Yeah.
And Todd and I were smoke buddies, and he would share his lunch with me. And then after, he would make sure that my car started. If
Yeah.
it didn't, he would always boost me, and then make sure that we scraped at least just like a little bit of the ice off so I could see going down the road.
Yeah.
But that's how we started being like good friends, and always
Yeah.
see him at after parties and this and that, playing music, playing his ukulele.
Yeah. He was always playing that.
Oh yeah.
Do you have like any? Do you have any like non Hispanic? I don't think you can say Hispanic. Latinx. Friend, or basically, do you have any white friends who can speak Spanish, but then when they say a word in Spanish, they pronounce it like
It's supposed to be.
yeah. It's so annoying.
I mean, yeah, I have a few of those friends.
I do shit like that too.
Yeah.
It's so annoying though.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm only fluent in English, so
Yeah. I mean,
here we are.
I've
I
said.
do my best at that.
Yeah.
Me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to say Buenos Dias one day to this, like at work. I was working with Guatemalans, and nobody like they don't speak Spanish or they only spoke English. But so I said Buenos Dias, and they were like, try that again.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I can really fuck up some
My
Spanish.
my first experience with meeting Todd is,
Oh yeah.
man. Obviously, I can go on and on about
yeah.
stuff as some certain people know, but they actually call me Gregory. Long story short, Erwin. Greg. Long story short, Sean Erwin. But anyways, the first time Todd and I met, my first experience was in January. Late January of 2016, there was a decent snow, and it was when Cosmic Charlie's, the second Cosmic Charlie's, where
Oh
was
yeah,
that
over
exactly?
off of.
No, wait a minute.
The first
Actually, I'm
Cosmic.
sorry.
Okay.
No, it wasn't by Linus.
Oh, well, then you're talking about at Maritwin.
Yeah, when it was.
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's the only 2, bub.
There's the one by Linus, the one by Mirror Twin, and then the
the
big
old bus
one that was
station.
by the bus station. Yeah,
Actually,
or
you know
the bus
what? I'm
station.
sorry. It was by Linus because
I knew it.
It used to be a
That's
corner
all-
stage, correct? And then they made it a straight stage.
No.
It used to be a corner stage. The first time
Oh
I was
yeah,
there.
like for a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And then they put it straight forward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was the one by Linus. I apologize about that.
It's okay.
On Woodland.
I knew it was at that one because I was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But we got snowed in out at Pete and Brenda's.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, Ishi was supposed to come,
Yeah.
and he ended up going
Yeah.
to that.
Well,
Yeah.
man, it's such a small world because
Yeah.
I just moved up here. I was gonna, won't go into that, but I
Yeah.
was here, and
It's okay. we
Long
can-
story short,
So-
Gregory.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Like I'm the short story long. Yeah.
actually, that I did pronounce
it's
that long. I
perfect.
try my best to do long story short, but the nickname they gave me was Gregory Short Story
Yeah.
Long. Sean
Yeah,
Erwin.
yeah.
So but I like to put you there, man.
No,
you know?
yeah, I do too. That, yeah, that
So,
I do the same
you know,
thing. Yeah.
man,
Just say you
know,
like to talk.
She had a yellow. Look, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not much of a talker. I can't help it, you know.
Just
But,
a shy, coy
but,
guy over
you know, I mean,
here.
just like. But anyways, so yeah, man. Come to find out, there's so much full circle stuff happened with us together as a unit. And if y'all want to talk some about that, there's some really interesting things.
There's some weird
that-
stuff.
so weird, so
Yeah.
weird. And we're
Like, what do you mean?
we'll this was the
That
first
brought y'all
very
together
weird
and
Story
experience.
stuff?
long.
Oh, excuse me.
The
Just spirits.
maybe
You know?
yeah. Well, in Chicago last time we played, yeah. But
We got
Yeah.
so many stories.
yeah, but anyway,
Nice.
so come to find out, there was this regionally touring band that was supposed to play there that night, and it was
Snow.
Rumpke Mountain Boys.
Okay, yeah.
Someone
I've
told
heard
me
of
it was
them
late.
before. No,
So
they're good.
they
Yeah,
could
yeah.
they
I
couldn't
think
make
I've
it.
heard of them.
Yeah. I just burped right. Well,
I've
that's setting the tone.
I've known people are gonna call me out on this, but I don't
Yeah.
really give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
We have this Ishi. I have the hardest
Yes.
time saying that. I call him Ishi because I'm from Hazard. He's from Leslie County. Anyway,
Yeah.
So anyways,
He's from
man,
California.
he called me and was like, man, I know you've been in town for a couple days,
Yeah.
and it was like the only decent snow of that year. We had 8 or 9 inches, and it was still on the road.
Yeah.
And I actually he was living on Jefferson at that point, and I lived right there beside of West 6th Brewing,
Yeah.
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 Or what's that brewing? It's right there at the end of Jefferson.
Yeah, that was my house I was talking about.
Okay, yeah. Well, see, I lived in those apartments just right at the end of the road.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
What the fuck, dude?
yeah. I mean, it was just a few months.
We
I
were
was,
neighbors.
I was, I was like, all right. But anyway, so he called me and was like, "Hey, man, do you want to play tonight?" And I was just dying to play. I had this plan to work, save money, was hanging out, with a friend of mine and stuff.
Right.
and,
Yeah.
A friend.
and
Yeah.
squatting pretty much.
No, I know. Yeah.
So and had plans
Right,
to
yeah.
to save money to move to Atlanta. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I was
Okay,
just
yeah.
dying to play, man. And he called me. I was like, dude, I'm there. I'll make
Right.
it. I'll be there.
Right.
So it was just thrown together band just to fill the night, and luckily Todd Copeland was there, and Todd was so good. I still don't know how he set that drum kit up that fast. He would beat me setting up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't have this huge rig, but anyways,
Yeah.
he and I were the
was-
first ones
yeah, he
finished
was
setting up.
Very calculated.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
all,
damn.
all his movements
Yeah,
and
man.
like
Yeah.
he was all action. Like he talked about it, but also he was a lot of action.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he had his shit
They're like,
together,
oh,
that's
you
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like, effective, you know what I mean? Like, efficient, yes.
Yeah, he had his shit together for sure. But anyways,
Yeah,
he was finished setting up first, as was I, and he looked at me. The first thing TC ever said to me, he looked at me in kind of not a derogatory way, but just sort of, he looked at me and said, "Play something." And I went, "All right, okay." And just played the first thing that came to mind. And I'd been listening to things along that nature. It wasn't stolen at all because it's totally different, you know.
Yeah.
It's impossible to write brand new things because there's only 12 notes in Eastern music.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do anything that nobody else has done. That's where the heart comes in. But
yeah, no, I comedy's kind of the same way. Like, or, you know, people are always like, "You stole it." And I'm like, it's been broken down.
We're all stealing from one another.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But anyways, I played the first thing that came to mind, and that's the same exact way that we play a song of ours that we've had from the beginning. We've done it on the EP, all that stuff. It's called Ride.
Yeah.
That was the very first thing Todd Copeland and I ever played together. And after we got our levels right, he and I walked off stage because it was everybody else's turn to go, you know.
Yeah.
And we hit it off from there, man. But something after that night, playing that night, I knew that I knew two things. I knew, for one, that he was by far my favorite drummer that I've ever played with in my life, and somehow knew that he was going to be a huge part of my life. How, I didn't know at that point, but that's just how it was. And then I don't know, maybe 2 months later, someone had mentioned to me about this thing called the Whistling Jug Artist Expo, I believe. That, you know, happens at like Moonshiners and a couple other times of the year, you know. And it was me and that cat from that used to play with Blood Roots, bought a guitarist.
Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler.
Okay.
Ronnie King and Colin Wallace. I love Colin.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure his last name's Colin Wallace.
Yeah.
Colin, he's such a man.
Yeah, he's from Winchester. Yeah,
such a wonderful person.
I grew up with him. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I rolled my Super Reverb in there in a Strat and played like one or two compositions that I knew, and it was, you know, it was a songwriters round for people, and they made me go first, and I was like, shit, I'm a songwriter, but not a singer-songwriter with lyrics, you know. I'm not a lyrical person, but anyways, done that first and ended up playing with everybody there, and as fate would have it, that was in the beer garden at Owl's.
Yeah.
And Maggie was playing in her old bluegrass band called Moonshine District. And they were playing inside the main room at Al's, and her and Kaysen came over. We didn't meet that night, but like, I don't know, man, about 2 or 3 weeks after that, you sent me a message.
I got up some liquid courage to message a stranger on Facebook.
Yeah. Nice.
Something that, I could go back and, you know, I haven't deleted it or nothing, but what struck me was funny about it was, I know this is random, but, you know, and of course with the advent of social media and YouTube and all that stuff, you know, if somebody hollers at you and you're like, okay, you know, you type it in and see what's up, you know.
Right, yeah.
And, but yeah, man, as soon as she sent me that message, I was like, man, this could be exactly what I'm looking for in a band situation, you know?
Yeah.
And,
you never told me that before.
The very first person that I thought about was like of course I answered you back and I was like, dude, yes, yeah, man, of course.
Right.
And actually I'd sent you all a message on Moonshine District because I seen that y'all are doing Floyd Fest thing, and I had sent y'all a message saying, "Hey, if y'all need a slide player, holler at me." That went unanswered.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're gonna blame Jared Hamilton. Jared Hamilton.
Jared Hamilton.
Jared.
So,
Jared,
But-
you totally.
Yeah.
but no, it
I love
worked out for the
Jared.
best, you know. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyways, the very first person that I thought of, I was like, the only way this could work, because I heard the power in Maggie's voice,
Yeah.
and I love good music of
Yeah.
every genre, and there's shitty music of every genre too.
Yeah.
So,
there is, yeah.
but I could hear in Maggie's voice, like,
What
man,
he's saying is
she.
Maggie's voice was really great, but the band was.
No, I'm not saying that at all. Damn it. No, I didn't mean it like that. Let me make my point
I'm
first.
kidding. I'm
Let,
kidding.
let me
She's like, what he's dancing around.
let me make my point first, okay?
You guys just stomp
please.
on it.
So you can hear certain things, man, you know, and
Yeah.
the realization and epiphany, if you will, that I had,
Yeah.
I was like, man, this could be like, because I've always had this envision in my head, in my heart, more so, man, of a band like that, and a true band too, you know. And but anyways, the very first person that I thought about was Todd. And what's so funny about that,
We had already been talking about it too, me and Todd.
yeah, man, I think
Yeah.
you sent that message like probably on a Friday or Saturday, I'm assuming.
Oh, nice.
And Sunday, I called Todd and was like, "Hey, man, you know this girl named Maggie?" And he went, "Yeah, yeah." And I said, "Man, we should get something going." And he was like, "We already been talking about it."
Yeah,
Nice.
came together pretty seamlessly
Yeah.
after that, for
Yeah.
sure.
And then, just a few days after that, it was around Thanksgiving. You know how things take a few months to grow legs.
You
and
remember
perspire,
dates and
man.
things like that so
Yeah.
easily, and I'm amazed.
It was.
Yeah.
You gonna give us a date?
It was Thanksgiving of 2017, actually the day before Thanksgiving, which would have been, it was obviously on a Wednesday because I was not sure the number of Thanksgivings changed. I'm just going to say the 23rd here. But I had met Ryan Allen. I'd actually met him years ago, but blah, blah, blah. We met on stage at Willie's, playing a pro bono gig, and I was set up right next to him, thank God, and he had only been playing, he was playing a little whirly with Josh Nolan on, and he had only been playing keys for like a year or so at that point, but man, there was something about him that we just connected like that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and in music, man, talent is 50%, maybe even 40%, and the hang is the big part.
Yeah.
And there was just something struck me about his whole demeanor, you know, man.
Yeah.
And so I asked him, and he was kind of busy at that time. I was like, "Hey, man, we getting this band together?" And it took him a week or so, man, but he finally agreed. We've talked about it since. I was like, man, thank God, you know. And then,
Right.
Then you know, we played for a little bit, and what really brought it together was when John Roberts, our bassist, joined.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Him and Todd had you know, a musical relationship from the past, and the very, very first practice, we knew it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very lucky, man.
Wow.
For
So
sure.
what was the question again?
How did
I'm
we
not
get
sure.
together?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But I wasn't gonna stop.
We got
you.
stories. We got them long and short.
I want to hear, since we're approaching Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. A ghost story.
Do you like the ASMR stuff too?
Have you seen the guy who he takes spaghetti, dried spaghetti noodles, and he'll like, I'll put one up in a second and watch it, but
Just tap them, like brush them.
he'll like glue them to like his forehead,
Oh
and then
man.
just like there'll be like a saw, and he'll just go It's insanity. I'll let you see it.
I like sound. I like whispers. I like the weird.
So what's this spooky story?
We
Yeah. So the scare the
we don't have like a
not scary,
specific
is it?
story, do we? Do we?
It's-
About Chicago.
It is. Well, okay. Well, what we were talking about is just really like full circle crazy stuff. But the spooky story that you're talking about was the last time that we played in Chicago, Illinois, at this place. I can't recall the name of it. It was an outdoor venue. Fitzgerald's. That's it. We love Chicago. Chicago has been so good.
I remembered something.
Yeah.
They're not giving you an incident.
Sorry, continue.
Fitzgerald's.
Yes, back to that.
We had played outside,
Yeah.
and it's in an old part of Chicago, man.
It was like an outdoor show.
It was an outdoor show, but it's also like
They
it's
have a big venue too.
I've
But
never been there.
because COVID,
yeah, man. Yeah,
and
it was,
whatnot.
Oh yeah.
it was
yeah.
when this new strain hit, so
Oh
it
okay.
was very precautious,
Yeah, everybody's being really
So they
safe.
gave us this
Yeah.
the dining room as a green room, man,
Yeah.
And like I said, we played in Chicago 3 or 4 times, and that place just, speaking for myself, and I know I'm speaking for RD too, but man, we feel like we love Chicago, man. We love
I love
everybody
Chicago.
in Chicago. It's
Yeah.
just, it's
I've never
wonderful,
been
man.
to Chicago.
I've never been there.
until
Yeah.
I was with this band.
Same here.
and,
Okay.
Same.
Yeah. You
yeah,
like it?
I love it. I really think, I like my space and stuff, so
Yeah.
I probably would get really tired of it very quickly. But I've said before,
Yeah.
I could see myself living in Chicago.
Really?
Same, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's
Yeah.
There's been so many crazy things happen in Chicago. The first time we were in Chicago, we were on lay-by there. It was November 2019. We had a few shows and had this Airbnb for 2 or 3 days. And
Nice.
Evelyn was on that Blues Traveler tour. How old was she?
7 months old.
She was 7
Yeah.
months old. And
Yeah.
freaked
That's
me.
Evelyn is Maggie's baby. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She freaked
Just
me the
yeah.
My little tour baby.
Get them updated in case they don't know.
she freaked me the fuck out, man, because Mag's case, Evie was in this back room back there. I just walked through. It was their second day there. We had rolled up in the night, woke up.
Yeah.
And I walked in, man, and she was like babbling and stuff at the time. And I walked in and was saying probably something silly,
Yeah.
And I waved at Evelyn, and she waved at me and went, "Hi, Greg." Just as plain, didn't she, Mike?
Yeah.
It was, dude, that shit blew my mind.
Yeah.
But
I want to say some of her first words were "mommy" and "hey, Greg."
so it was crazy, man. I mean, it was plain as day, and I just looked at her like,
How old
Yeah.
was she?
7 months old.
Wow.
it was crazy,
Yeah.
man. I don't mean that to be like, oh, baby's first words, my,
Yeah.
it was just crazy. But
It was
Chicago,
not though. It was mommy.
She's like, yeah.
But man,
She wants to correct.
the last time that we played at Fitzgerald's, we had 2 sets, like 2 45 of 60-minute sets. Took a break,
Yeah.
and I was the only one in this room that had like, I don't know, the room was probably about 30 feet wide by 60, 70 feet long, huge ceilings, old ceilings.
Yeah.
And man, I was sitting there tuning my guitar, and the musical history in Chicago is something else,
Yeah.
along with everything else. St. Valentine's Day, all that shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt like somebody. I was sitting here
Down.
tuning my guitar, man, and with my back turned, sort of, and it felt like somebody took their pinky fingers from the pinky finger to the thumb and just went like that on my left shoulder.
Like,
So
from like
Yeah,
like the
like
Addams
this.
family, like
Look,
the hand like
like-
real fast,
like
Yeah.
that, and I turned around. I thought it
A
was like
keyboard player.
It started from the pinky.
Okay.
well, yeah, man. I turned around and I thought it was somebody there. I was like, and there was nobody there, and I was like, all right, I realized I'm crazy, so I'll just accept that to a certain extent.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, maybe not that crazy.
He's just redheaded.
But anyways, man, so I went on about
Said
my
ginger.
business. Went on about my business and was tuning my guitar, man. And then a few seconds later, on my right shoulder, something started what it felt like from their pinky to the thumb. They went and back to the pinky.
Whoa. Yeah.
Were there other
Excuse me.
people around when this happened?
No, I was in there by myself, so I put my guitar down and I walked outside
Yeah.
and smoked some legal marijuana out there because, and you know, and a cop was walking by, kind of freaked me out a little bit, you know. But,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
This was like just very recently.
Pretty recent.
2 or 3 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did you just
Yeah, he
Yeah.
came out and he was
Of
freaked
course.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But there's
help me,
There's-
Jesus.
there's so many like coincidental stories, man, that have been involved with us, just like the way that we met to like just, I mean, man, on and
That's
on
what I
and
meant
on.
mostly about, like, just
Full circle,
having
man.
the spirit,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
There's
Yeah.
There's so many coincidental things, like 2 coincidental things.
Right.
That happen.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
there's one that
I mean, yeah.
I will keep this one short.
No. Yeah.
The very first time that I went to Will Cut Guitars in Lexington, Kentucky, I'd been playing guitar.
Will Cut.
Will Cuts, baby.
Give us the sponsor.
Brandon Bowles, baby.
I don't know.
Brandon and Eric and Bob.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But anyways, the first time I ever went there, it was like the winter of 2004, and it was me and my mother, her boyfriend at the time, that taught me how to play guitar. Turned me on to the Allman Brothers. He really like got it for me. And
Yeah. Shout
anyways,
out to him.
the Allman Brothers band had just released the only studio album with Derek and Warren Haynes as the guitar tandem, and
Yeah.
there's a song on there called Desdemona that changed my life.
Yeah.
So all the girls were shopping. Dawn and I went to Will Cuts to show me this. And on the way there, we turned onto Rosemont Garden off of Nicholasville, like coming from downtown. So we took a ride, you know. And Derek's slide solo kicked in. And I remember it so vividly that once he started playing that, I was like, I know that's a slide guitar, but it sounds like somebody singing, and I've got to figure something. Oh my God, it blew my mind. It
Yeah.
changed my life. That was my first time going to Will Cuts, and then about 8 or 10 years later, I was living in Richmond, Kentucky, like a 40-minute drive from there. Woke up on a Saturday morning, had this old Gretsch resonator,
Yeah.
not an old one, but a Gretsch resonator that I barely ever used.
For everyone, for reference, that's a really cool old
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah,
man.
because I was like, I don't know what it is either, but I was gonna pretend that
It's
so I got on.
It's a Dobro's younger cousin, and the reason they
Okay.
put this, it's got a piece of metal in it.
Oh,
and
I've seen
that.
those.
Was the reason that was actually before the advent of electricity to try to cut through these big bands with horns and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, well, this one wasn't. It was just that model. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I had that, man, and for some reason, I know now what it was. I didn't need strings or anything. There were closer music stores around, but I put that in my car, drove from Richmond to Will Cuts. And honestly, I had played several PRS guitars before then. Really, nothing ever really,
Yeah.
got me, man. And I walked in the back, and Jerry was like, well, what are you doing here? I said, man, I'm just hanging out, And I picked up this gold S2 PRS that was marked as scratch and dent, had one little dent beside the input jack on it. And I don't care about dents and stuff. I mean, they're going to get dented. I'm going to play my guitar,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like 10, 15% off, and I picked it up, and within 7 seconds, I knew I had to have that guitar. So
Well, we just got some.
Get her
So
done.
so anyways, man, I ended up putting in layaway, trading that Gretchen on it. Thankfully, I don't know why I done it. Got that out, and that was my first PRS guitar. So what made me play music and take music seriously was listening to a song called Desdemona by the Allman Brothers Band.
Yeah.
First time I went to Wilcutt's. That was where I got my first PRS. A few years later, we get a call from Brandon Bowles saying, hey, man, we're having our 50th anniversary party here at Wilcutt's on May 13th.
Lord.
Look
It
at
was
him
on a
with them
Saturday.
dates.
It's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday.
You were there?
I was there.
Nice.
Oh wow.
You want a guitar?
I want a freaking guitar.
You did?
There's-
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I never win anything.
You did this time.
They had this little thing where they would give you like a slab of wood and you could like.
Stain it yourself. Paul Miles was
I
there.
still got that in my bathroom, like on the.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great, man.
I had on like a weird, like stupid T-shirt, like I always have on, and Paul Reed Smith stopped me.
You may remember him. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
that's a really interesting shirt. I was like, oh, it's some band that no one's ever heard of. Actually, they're called Pile. They're from Cambridge. They're amazing.
Yeah.
But I had their shirt on. Now we talked about weird music for like 10 minutes, like to the point where I was like, okay, Paul Reed Smith, I've got to go.
Yeah,
He
man.
was so cool.
Paul
He's
is
really
Paul,
personable.
man. Paul's Paul.
Cool dude. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that was a great show. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
No,
you're totally fine. Yeah, that
Fuck
was.
yeah, I want a
that,
guitar.
That was a game changer.
What kind of guitar was
There's-
it? Or sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Oh, that's the kind of guitar. Oh, okay. See, I
So-
don't know what Paul. I didn't know what a PR. Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So if you
He
ever
met
seen-
the dude. He met the
guy who the guitar-
makes the guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Layman listening, if you ever see
Yeah.
has on the neck of the guitar, if you see birds, like the silhouette of a bird,
There are multiple
multiple
birds.
birds.
Yeah.
That's a Paul Reed's.
Okay. Yeah.
That's their
Okay.
signature.
And
Yeah.
And
I
Paul-
learned a
Love
lot
it.
about bluegrass, like when I dated some like guys that were in bands, but like I don't know as much about like electric stuff,
Yeah.
but
I
like
don't either. I really don't.
like banjos and stuff. I know, like or stuff like
we know banjo.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Just kidding. I don't know banjos.
I
either.
know. I forget. I think Little Bear was like, tell me that you're related to Ralph Stanley. Were you?
No, everyone.
Okay.
Everyone gets that. We have the same last name.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
Maggie Stanley. I'm also from Clintwood, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ralph,
He-
the Stanley brothers are from Clintwood.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're same last name, same place, but you're not
Not related.
related. I mean, I've got my last name's Bass, and there's a lot of Basses where I'm from.
Well, when you get to a small town like where I'm from, we got Stanleys, we got Mullenses, we got them. Yeah, just maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, can I? I'll
we'll
wrap
go
this
back
up.
to
No,
this.
it,
No,
He's
go
making
back
it
to-
short.
no, it's
I'm kidding.
No, we're good.
The point of it's coming up.
The point of the
So,
story.
we get the invite to do the 50th
Oh, yes.
anniversary, and we can talk about the way she won. And that's another crazy story.
Yeah.
But it all happened this day. It was a game changer for us. It was the game changer for us as a band. It totally was. There's no doubt in my mind,
Yeah.
man. But we get there, and something funny, man. I was having pickup issues with them coming up and down on my guitar, and as soon as I got there, got my guitar out, and Ryan pulled up right behind me, and I was or I'd been there 10, 15 seconds, walked out, and Paul walked out the office door, and I was like, hey, man, I'm Greg. I know you get this shit all the time, but I'm about to play here in like 30 minutes. I've used this PRS. Is there any way you can look at the pickups? He said, yeah, bring it in. And I walked back to the car to get my guitar, and Ryan pulled up, and I was like, Ryan, come on, man. And I just put ashes on the floor. I'll clean them up. But anyways, Paul walked in there, was working on my guitar, and he was like, so tell me about the band and stuff. And I was like, well, it is what it is. You know, I play guitar. We have this female vocalist named Maggie that you're going to love.
Yeah.
And the way that he looked at me, I could tell he was like, oh, whatever, you full of shit. And there's actually a video after the 2018 Experience PRS, which is an open house they do up there, of him talking about that. And he says, he was like, yeah, they told me, you know, like, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're going to love Maggie. But as soon as the first song, he said, we just fell in love.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about it, it was a real crazy day. I could leave Brent Mason out of it. But Brent Mason ended up getting sitting in with us, which is nuts too, man. But we finished our set. Brent got up there, and then we were tearing down and actually done an encore and done the letter. Well, we were tearing our stuff down, man, and Brent Mason was over here. You know, he was like, hey, man, how'd you develop your fingerstyle? And I was like, dude, you're Brent Mason. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then my most best friend in the world, Matthew Carney, was there. It was like, man, can I help you with anything? And there was Paul. And Paul looked at me. He was like, Greg, come here. I need to ask you a couple things. And he said 3 or 4 things. First, he said, we need to get some different pickups on that guitar. And I was like, oh, hey, man, okay. And then he was like, I would really like for y'all to come record at my studio. And I was like, again, all right. And then he was like, I would love to have you all at Experience, which is their open house. And this was like 3 weeks away from this date. It was June 8th and 9th. So a little 3.5 weeks from the day that we played the show. Yeah. And the fourth thing he said to me was, have you ever heard that song Desdemona by the Allman Brothers?
Full circle.
Complete full circle. No, I was just like, yes, I have. And then 3 weeks later, you know, he was like, you know, we'd love to have y'all at Experience, and we were like, that's not gonna. There's no fucking way, man. You know.
Yeah.
Next week of practice, we were all coming to practice. Got an email with the official invitation, and I cried the rest of the 15 miles, and that was a glorious day.
Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, 2 weeks later, when I seen him again, I had to ask. I said, "Did you really ask me that?" And he said, "What you been smoking today, Gregory?" Yeah. And I was like, "No, man," and told him the story about it. So it's just like this crazy, like just full circle stuff.
Yeah.
But the same day, Taylor, Martin, Fender, and PRS guitars were there, and they were doing this raffle that you could only put your name in the box one time, right? And I'd say throughout the day, you know, it was a whole day event, and I'm sure people were in and out, you know.
Yeah.
This is just an estimate, you know, probably 200 or 300 names in each box, man.
It was a good event. There were a lot of people. It was all day.
Well, the first one that they drew was a Martin, and this fella, I can't remember his name, won the Martin. So he went up there and got it. Second drawing was Taylor. The first name they pulled out was this same fella, and he walked up there, and they were like, no, you've already won one. And honestly, if I was him, I'd be like, no, dude, I should be able to win all of them. They picked my name. Mm-hmm. Fender, the third one, drew his name first as well and was like, no, you can't have this. Dude, we finished playing. Paul and Brent got up there while Brent was getting set up. He drew for PRS, which was a Tobacco Verse Vela S2 Tobacco Verse Vela model.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
And they drew, hey man, they drew the same guy's name again.
Yeah. Oh,
so they're like, well, you can't do it. And then pulled Maggie Stanley.
Nice. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh wait, he won the PRS.
No,
he got every drawing, and they told him no because he won the first one.
He won the first one.
His name was drawn
first on all 4 drawings.
Literally. He must have put him right on the top.
I asked him because I ran into that guy later, like 6 months later. I said, dude, did you play the lottery that day?
Yeah.
And he said, I did, but I did not win.
Oh.
But it was.
And then for the PRS guitar, they drew my name. And the whole time was like, Greg was like, no, Paul just said that. He just said it was your name.
Yeah, man. Because man, I
Single cutaway, right? I remember. Yeah, I was there. I was like,
Wow.
Guitar.
I was seriously under the assumption because even Brent
Can I go
told
grab
me.
a beer real quick?
Even,
Oh yeah, you definitely can. I need to get a beer too.
I'll get you one.
Okay,
hey,
yeah,
man,
yeah. Mhm.
You know, I'm really not much of a talker, so I probably can't hold a conversation.
I love those stories.
No, yeah,
No,
they're
man,
good.
it was what was crazy about it, man, was I thought for the longest time that he'd done it on purpose, but there was no way that he could know that, you know, Maggie put her actual last name on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah.
it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But there's been so many like just mystical full circle things like that happen with us, man. And when stuff like that happens, I feel like it's very important to take heed to that and really just like try to understand like
Try to follow the flow, right?
That's crazy,
Right.
You know,
But
and that's just one of many, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Like the way things come together is never. It's not never the way you think they would. But like with this podcast, for example, I had been thinking for months that I wanted to do something like this with somebody.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried with a friend of mine, but it just didn't work out because he lives in Tennessee and it was hard to do.
Hey, where'd you put my White Claws at?
You want me to go get them?
Oh, Maggie's gonna get one. Sorry.
Thanks, Maggie.
Thanks, sorry.
Yeah, and I went to one of Trina's shows. Micah invited me to one of her shows. And I never thought that would turn into this.
Yeah, no, I was so excited. Yeah, and like I'll have ideas, but I have to have people that help me produce them. Thank you. Or, you know, because like, I don't know what it is, but yeah. It's
All right,
just,
back.
yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
But yeah. So I appreciate John, so much, because he's like,
most of our podcast is just spent telling each other how much we love you.
yeah. But yeah, I was like, I don't know how to do any of the technical stuff. So he's just like, I know how to do all that. Just show up.
Actually, I fucked up quite a bit.
No, well, you know how to do more than I, yeah.
So, Greg, you mentioned an EP. Can you tell like what's going on, like album-wise, recording-wise?
Yeah, are you all working?
It's like stuff coming up in October. If you guys want to.
Yeah,
let
promote
people
stuff.
know.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's see. I'll start a couple weeks back from that. After Todd, brother, moved on. We took a week or two off and had 2 dates to begin with that we had to fill, and one being in Lake Tahoe and the other being in Sacramento. And bless his heart, a dear friend of ours, Dan Moeller, stepped in, and John, our bassist, unfortunately was able to make that trip too. So on that one, we rolled with a fill-in drummer for the first time without Todd, and a fill-in bassist as well. And they're both fine cats, man. They're just fine cats, good hangs, man.
Had a good time.
Yeah.
We had a very good time, And then this past week,
Nashville.
a fellow, Chad Gravitt, that's he actually went to elementary school with Todd, known Todd all of his life.
Oh wow, really?
Played in the drum line with him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, at Henry Clay, I believe. They went. I'm sorry, they went to different elementary schools, but went to the same high school and met.
Yeah.
And he was telling us the story about it. The teacher didn't show up one day, and Chad and Todd sat outside until their parents picked them up, just out there, just rapping, And
Just piddling.
and playing, and throwing ideas off of each other, and that's where their friendship blossomed from, man. And so it was more special, them being so close and their styles were together. But he took care of a gig that we had on Thursday the 23rd in Whitesburg, Kentucky, and then one in Nashville on the 25th, and then another later that night here in Lexington for Oktoberfest.
Gregory is so specific, and I love it.
Yes.
And y'all's next upcoming is right?
Well,
we got a gig this coming Friday in
yeah.
Middlesboro, West Virginia.
It's
the Cumberland Falls Festival or something like that.
yeah, Cumberland Mountain
Falls
Festival.
Fall Festival.
Yeah, man. And
Cool.
with this month, we actually had on the 5th and 6th 2 shows opening for our friends Blues Traveler. Again, one in Baltimore,
nice.
but they unfortunately were canceled.
But,
They had a bus wreck a few weeks ago, and John has to have surgery. So, but anyways, Dino. Dear friend of ours, Dino English, is going to fill all the October dates for us. Bless his heart. So it'll.
Yeah.
What we've been having to do is,
Double down.
with logistics and all that stuff. Man, have to have a couple rehearsals each week with different drummers, and it's, it's one of those things, man.
It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
But thank God for Dino, because he's going to fill all the October dates, which will give us a little cushion,
Right.
a little memory foam,
Right.
mattress topper, if you will,
Yeah.
egg crate.
Yeah.
And
I love an egg crate.
me too,
Yeah.
man. And so man, we're not trying to rush anything, and but the outpouring of love, man, has been incredible. Like, just the people supporting us, and
For sure.
Yeah.
And in lieu of, a next album, we've got so many tunes, and we're ready for a full length. So
Yeah.
just time.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of
Time and money.
your listeners are also ready for
Yeah. We
Oh,
know
yeah.
it too. We're ready.
I
Yeah.
think maybe, man, before anything else, like, the most logical thing to do would be, like, we may just, like, we may put out a single just as a
Yeah,
thing,
as a buffer, just like until you can
work on that in the and in the meantime be working on more, because this day and age it's so expensive and tough to release a full length album, because in order to make not even a sustainable living, just almost make a living at all, you have to tour. So, and
Enough
it
to
costs
eat.
so much.
Oh yeah.
And as of right now, we're still an indie band, if you will. I mean, we
Yes,
have management and booking, the best
That's
Met
good.
talent agency. Thank you.
Yeah.
Down
What
the
is
group.
your talent
What was it
agency?
again? Shout them out again.
Mint talent.
Mint talent. Phil,
Like, would you like mint?
Phil,
Mint.
yeah.
M-I-N-T.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil Egenthal.
Another great thing about that agency is they have so many females who
Yeah.
work and fucking bust ass.
Yeah.
And
They're
Do they?
badasses, man.
but and I love that, because there aren't that many women in
Yeah.
this industry.
Yeah.
And
Right.
to go behind the scenes and make shit happen. I'm
I
like,
wonder if
fuck yeah.
do they do any management for comedians?
I don't know.
No, because I've been
Well-
trying to figure out, like, because I can't do it, or like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, but
with
the only way to get booked is to have somebody. Is the
well,
only way I
with,
figured out.
with Mint, I think it's mostly music, but
Right, yeah.
Let's talk after.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah, but yeah.
I know a couple people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, man, with Mint, Phil Egenthal and a guy named CJ Strock, Phil was with Paradigm for a while,
Okay.
and CJ as well, and CJ actually booked the Allman Brothers after Johnny Podell took over. So or Johnny Podell stepped down, so he's been booking the Allman Brothers Band for like 30 years, man.
Oh wow.
So what they done during the pandemic was they
Joined
took
forces.
They took like
Yeah.
all their favorites from Paradigm, from William Morris, all these people, and they have created just this badass roster of agents to begin with. And
Yeah.
as Maggie was saying, it's seriously, and what I love about it too, they're all about the ladies, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The world don't go around without those beautiful ladies out
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Strong women, man. And
Yeah.
it's like it's half and half on
Yeah.
that. But what is also really cool about it is you look at the artist roster,
Mm-hmm.
and the artist roster, to be honest with you, it's like 50-50 or maybe even like 60-40 female to male ratio.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Seriously, for
Yeah,
real, man.
that's
And
good.
they're
Yeah.
all we're very, very lucky, man.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
That's good.
So, in the October dates you were talking about, what are those? Are those here local or are those?
We just have a few in October, especially now that the Blues Traveler dates
Yeah.
were canceled.
Yeah.
We got a few weddings Ryan and I have to go to in
Yeah.
October, so we got a couple off weekends.
Couple
Nice.
off weeks. We gotta
Yeah,
be
yeah.
all in there.
But yeah, so after Moonshiners, we go to Halloween
Oh yeah.
in Swanee,
Yeah, we have Middlesboro,
Florida.
Live Oak, Florida.
Yeah, I've heard that that's a cool place. I've never
Yeah.
been. Yeah.
They my first time was when we went to their spring festival.
Yeah.
What is it?
Swanee Rising.
Swanee Rising.
It was in
Okay.
April of this year, and it was actually, people had just I had actually just got, as all of us
That was our
did,
first. No,
it
it wasn't our first back from
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, first festival,
Oh, was it?
because they
Well,
still
how was
had-
that? Were you all like
They had
kind
it
of
all
like?
potted out.
Yeah, there
You
was.
know?
Oh, okay. Okay. I've seen pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
It was,
Yeah.
it was
was weird.
11 by 11 pods
It was
with.
cool
Yeah.
though. Everybody had a great time,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
from
yeah.
what I could see.
Or yeah, just everybody's just like whatever, or whatever guidelines, as long as we can go.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was cool, man. That was it's sort of like an Allman Brothers family type thing. They started that one second after the Peach Fest,
Yeah.
and it was set up in 11 by 11 pods. But it's two very the production was incredible.
Yeah.
Teletrons and all that stuff, and man, Lettuce was there, Humphreys, McGee, Goose, bunch of people, man. The Nth Power, I mean, all these people,
Yeah. Nice.
But that was the first one back, and we're back there for Halloween this year.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
actually, obviously, it's not going to be on the same stage. We're going to be in the fourth stage because they're back to normal. But I think our set is on maybe Friday or Saturday, right before String Cheese.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Not on the same stage though. I wish it
Okay,
was.
yeah.
But, I mean, hell,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful place, man. The Swanee River, it's that black water, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of stinks a little bit, but it was cool, man.
It kind of sinks a little
The
bit.
Spanish moss and
Yeah,
oak
yeah.
trees.
Yeah, I'm from Winchester. I grew up by the Kentucky River that you shouldn't swim in, but people still do. But
It's got a lot better, actually. I caught a
it's-
decent fish there.
no, it's all right. Yeah, it's getting better.
Is that by is that on the Gulf Coast, or is it even on the coast?
It's sort of like mid Florida, like
upper
upper mid Florida, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's-
because
Actually, it's
yeah.
about 2 hours, 2.5 hours straight south on 75 from Macon, Georgia.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's like if you kept going straight, you go to Orlando.
Actually, if you were in Lexington,
I went through.
you
I went across to Chattahoochee. I swear to God, I did. We took that route. Y'all didn't go that way though, did you?
no, we took you take 75 south from Lexington
Mm-hmm.
and keep going and take Live Oak exit. You
Oh,
know,
okay,
and,
yeah.
And you're there, man. You know, there's no.
So through Knoxville and Chattanooga and down, or
You don't go through Chattanooga. You go through. Is Chattanooga on
You go
75?
to Asheville?
No, Chattanooga's on
You go to
75.
Asheville?
No. No,
you
you.
go through Tennessee and then down into Georgia.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you go
Down through it.
Chattanooga. Okay.
Yeah. It's close, but yeah, you go through Atlanta,
Yeah.
Macon, Georgia. You know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful place, and I would highly suggest making a trip to
Yeah.
Swanee Music Park if you ever
Yeah,
get a chance. It's
for
a
sure.
beautiful
Yeah.
place, and the people, especially Paul Levine, just a sweetheart of a person, man.
Yeah.
The we're speaking of recording, we're soon the recording guild guys, Nate and Joe and Anthony and Anthony Spare. But we're gonna start doing our psychedelic Sundays, which we paused because we moved to this new spot, but we're gonna be doing that, and then also live streaming. And
What's Psychedelic Sunday?
So Spare's playing again?
yeah, so Anthony plays keys with us on Sunday just
Awesome.
for 2 hours.
Awesome.
We just come here around noon and we improv for about 2 hours.
Hey, man,
And it just goes where it goes.
remind me to tell you a nickname. I will not do this on air, but remind me to tell you a great nickname of his, and you should start calling him that from here and after.
I'll tell you as soon as but yeah, we're gonna start having bands again. We do live streams.
Yeah,
And we
man.
do pre-record, and then we got some stuff. But
yeah.
y'all ever want to record a set, video, audio, everything? If you want to stream it live, if you want to record it, make TikToks or whatever the fuck out of it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it if you can.
Yeah, man. We were talking about that last time. It's
You
in
got-
this-
Good to have friends like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
for sure.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
man.
We just love
Because you can't do everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome because we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Well, and
And those
too,
things are cool, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. This day and age, it's all about content.
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah.
We'd love to get, any way we can help and be like around it, and we all enjoy. I caught a few like a song last week you guys practicing.
Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, he told me that. He's like, it sounds amazing. I was like, oh man. I was like, I should have came over there. But yeah, I had a migraine, and he's like, he said it worked out that we didn't record that day. Yeah.
And anybody who hasn't heard Magnolia Boulevard, please. Where can
Thank you.
Yeah, where can we find Magnolia Boulevard? Like, if we can't come to your concerts.
On all the things, you
Yeah.
can find out. We're on Bands in Town. So
Bands in Town.
You know, that's to figure out our next dates.
But y'all are on like Spotify and
On-
iTunes
Yeah,
and
for
all
sure.
that. Yeah, yeah.
All that
All
good
of
yeah.
it.
I mean, I already know, but I
the,
just had to
the
say.
Facebooks, the Instagrams. You can see
Yeah.
me taking funny videos, the little stories of Greg doing his little funny dance moves when we're on tour and stuff. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
it all.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you gotta get
follow
it.
you guys. I think I've already followed you from my personal.
Whoa.
I followed you from my band account. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
cool, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
This is the day and age. Do you follow me?
yeah,
So
yeah. It is.
Man, you unfollow me. Did I make you mad?
What I do is
do you ever?
please stalk me again.
That happens that happens so often. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
And
didn't see
sometimes
that. I
it's-
unfollowed that person.
Sometimes it could be unintentional too. You know what I mean? But
Right? Yeah, like.
99%.
Well, yeah, like, well,
It
I
is
was like
intentional,
depressed,
though,
and I quit following my friend who was like just killing it, and, like for a little bit. No, but like then,
Hey,
no, I
man.
mean like just like comedy wise, because I was just like, I don't need to see that. I know you're on Saturday Night Live. Just like no, but like she's like, but then now I can watch it and I'm fine. But like for a minute I had to take a break.
hey, man, can
They're
I
right.
add something to that? I'll
Yeah.
tell you why you done that. I heard Dave Chappelle say something just along those facts. And
But when I get like bitter like that, or I gotta look at myself. It's usually what it is.
well,
Yeah.
this pertains to all of the entertainment industry, all facets of. He was talking about that same thing, and watching. It's not even a comparison thing.
I don't think. Because I don't know what it is.
It's the way that he explained it just hit me in such a profound way. Is that he said, I see somebody else just killing it, and I'm like, and it's not out of like envy or anything like that or jealousy or whatever. It's just because he loves that so much that he wishes that he was doing it. And that's something I suffer from
it feels
too.
like somebody's out with your girlfriend and they're like posting about like fuck,
his actual words.
Yeah.
His actual words. And I don't mean to be. I shouldn't say this, but
no, go ahead.
He said, "You know what? The way that I look at that when somebody else is up there killing it with my such a deep and profound love for comedy, it's like they're almost like And he's a straight man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said it's almost like watching somebody fuck my girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah.
And that really is the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. But I feel it's important to truly. I mean, we all have to be inspired by so many people, and it comes in. And comedians, same way, actors, musicians, anybody in the art idiom, if you will.
Of course. Creators. We're all creators.
We're just
some people choose not to.
We're just like athletes, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you put into your body is going to come out. So, with me, I know, like Maggie and Ryan get mad at me all the time because I'm just like, But what on certain stuff? But no, man, it's stuff you love and it's stuff Ryan loves. But like, I love it too, but if I listen to too much of something, it's just like an athlete. You're gonna put, whatever you put in your body is gonna come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like with me, I try to listen to stuff that's way above my pay grade. So I can like try to get somewhere close to that, man.
Yeah.
It's a very fickle and interesting thing,
Yeah, it is. No, it is
for real, man.
Because I used to watch a lot of comedy, and then I would start if I watched too much of someone, I would start imitating them.
Exactly.
I went to a show at the Twisted Cork. And I was telling abortion jokes, and then I pissed him off, and I was like, "Oh, I lost you. Well, I still got 3 more minutes to piss y'all off."
Wait, this is
But it was before I really knew how to read an audience,
Hey, could you please tell me some of them after this is over? I would love to hear them.
So you're a comedy fan then?
Oh, dude, actually,
He is
oh
comedy.
my gosh, obviously Pryor, Carlin,
Hicks.
all these
Yeah.
people, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I find I found this correlation between comedians and musicians, and comedians even more so. But there's this, it's right there. But to be a comedian, you were up there. Well, the lucky thing for musicians, for us, is people show up and they're wanting you to do good, and you can feel that energy translate to you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done a stand-up set. I mean, I'd try it.
Yeah.
But,
I think everybody should do it at least once.
But it seems to me like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me like when you're up there by yourself, you have nothing to hide behind, for one.
No.
But it seems to me like people are just sitting there in the audience with their arms crossed, like, all right,
Make me laugh.
Yeah, they are like that.
You know?
Yeah, it's very intimidating. Yeah, it's like.
But it takes a very strong person to overcome that shit and do it.
Right, yeah. I've had people come in, you know, like I'll focus on that one person that's not laughing, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
I'm gonna get them off like
right,
on fucking Almost Famous. It's like,
yes.
I look at that one person out there, and I get them off.
Yes. Like, because
I'm just the out of focus guy on the
but
shirt.
I'll see that one person, and I'm like, what's their problem? You know, but like, you know, I'm like, they need to put their phone down or whatever. Like, you know.
Dude, the thing, I guess, with music and comedy, I've never done a stand-up set either, but like,
Yeah.
we as musicians can rehearse and rehearse and rehearse.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in private, we can be so good, and then when if you've rehearsed and practiced enough, when you let people hear it, and they've never heard it, but like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
where did you come up? We didn't. But with comedy, you
Like you have to.
rehearsal, you
It's
have to
public
rehearse.
rehearsal. Public rehersal.
Can you imagine?
Because you have to have their
doing a set
feedback to
from
do
nothing in
anything.
front of a crowd?
Well,
No.
man, to reiterate that
I don't
fact
talk in front of people,
and
period.
continue that, it's the same exact way to a certain extent of we can go in this next room over here and rehearse a song. It's what I like to say, rehearse a dog to death 25, 30 times, but that doesn't truly grow legs until you get out there and play it. And it's not, it don't happen the first time, it don't happen the seventh time. You know, you go on and on and on, you know, so there is a correlation between that. But I have the utmost respect for comedians because, man, and there's so much of a correlation between the two.
I love and I love musicians, and you know, like I'm trying to do. I want to like have eventually. I want to have like a comedy and music festival.
Yeah,
like together, cause like Jack Black did one, you know, but he had like Tenacious D, you know, but like so I was like, am I gonna have to get in a band? But you said 40% of it is being a good not is talent. And then, like, the rest is being a good hang. And I've been working on being a good hang for a long time.
Well,
so, like,
maybe
all I got to do is, like,
Hang.
I got to get a symbol.
maybe I should recant that statement because I think maybe,
I'm
like,
joking.
you know, 33% of it is that, 33% of it is that, and 33.3% of that is being a good actor and acting like you know what you're doing.
Right, yeah. No, that's a lot of comedy, too, is like,
if you act like you know what you're doing, people think you know what you're doing.
Yeah, because, like, I've like, had meetings about comedy, like, to, you know, like, do a show, and then, you know, and I'm like, they think I know what I'm talking about. So then I have to but then all of a sudden sound like someone who does. And the show works out, and then, you know.
Maggie, you said that you don't talk when you guys play.
I mean, I have to, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I should just sing and not talk.
You gotta have some banter.
Well, I
man, she
try.
does-
I try really hard, and most of the time, I mean,
She does just fine. Don't let her lie to you.
number one, I'm from southwestern Virginia, so
Yeah.
not West Virginia, but Southwest Virginia.
Clarify.
To clarify,
The other Commonwealth.
the other Commonwealth. Somehow that Commonwealth has legal weed now. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But,
so maybe it'll be here soon.
But no, man, such a beautiful thing when Maggie is talking on stage. Reverting back to that Chicago thing.
I word fart a lot, or just word shit, vomit, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, some of the most beautiful moments, besides like when we're something heavy in music, you know, we blah blah blah. But some of the most beautiful moments that I've witnessed personally with us out. There's one that sticks out in my mind. Oh man, in particular, in that time that I was talking about in Chicago that we played at Fitzgerald's, it was sort of like a family-friendly event, and there was these 3 or 4 little girls, man, that were standing right in front of Maggie, and they were looking at her. It was the most, like, for lack of a better word, most strong looks of admiration that
right,
I've ever
like
seen
they
in
had
my
an
life.
idol, like
And-
yeah, like maybe I could do that. 'cause
And
I-
here's
yeah.
Maggie up here, and these empowering these girls, and I could tell just by looking at them, they thought in their mind, man, like I could do that.
Yeah.
And that's
Like it changed their perspective. Like you saw it happen. Yeah.
man, it's
Yeah,
it's
but
the
you gotta
most
see people doing it to even think you could.
it's
yeah.
it's the most beautiful thing about that is that I know that Maggie like looked at Sue like that and Bonnie Raitt like
Oh,
that
yeah.
and was like, oh my God, if she can do that,
Yeah.
I can do that. And now
For sure.
And
now
she's
Maggie's doing that,
circle.
and that man, that is one of the most beautiful things I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys again. It's been
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen you live since since the first time I saw you.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see you again.
Man, come to Moonshiners.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. I'm
Or-
gonna be at Moonshiners. I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or, you know,
yeah.
I missed one time, and I was like, you know, I don't regret much. And I've been to jail, and I got 2 felonies, but I regret not going to that.
Well, if
but
I,
you know, the other stuff, you know, it happened.
yeah, man, if you can't make it to that per se,
Or-
we do have the next like local show. We have like a lot of spots in our schedule coming up, but
Nice.
the next local show,
December 3rd.
December 3rd at the Borough,
At the Barrel.
we're thinking
Loving the Borough.
man, we have some ideas for that. And I think it's honestly, man, we have enough time to plan, and I think it may be something special that
Yeah.
evening.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's always so special.
Maybe
with you
maybe
guys.
not. You know, who knows? You know, just buy the ticket and come out. And we'll see, man.
Buy the ticket, take
Take
the
the
ride.
ride.
It's been great.
Well, yeah, it's
Full circle, we go back to ride.
yeah,
The first song.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, thank y'all for coming on. And
Thanks for having us.
yeah. Thanks for coming, Maggie. Thanks for coming, Greg.
Yeah, man.
We'll come and talk long, short stories for as long as you'd like.
That was
Yeah.
a fast hour. And
Well, I
I'm sorry.
love-
I'm
It's
sorry.
actually an hour and 28 minutes.
Yeah, it takes a little while to get into a flow sometimes.
Jeez. Well.
I guess we'll
But I appreciate y'all coming
It-
out.
it was
I
like
love
I
you
said-
guys so much.
Yeah.
Oh
thanks for
yeah, of
having
course,
us.
man.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I said, you got to beat the words out of me. I'm not much.
All right, let's get off and talk too.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
This is Insecurity Blanket. I'm Trina Bean. And this is. Alright, so today I'm so excited we got some guests here. And they're from one of my favorite bands. I was listening to them in the car on the way here. Magnolia Boulevard. And we've got Maggie Noel over here.
Woo!
Yes, yes. And we've got Greg Erwin over here.
Aye.
Woo, yeah. So they're in the band, and I've known them for a little while, and yeah, they've just really been killing it out there.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thanks for being on.
Podcast. Yeah,
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
yeah, and yeah. So, anyways, we can get back to what we're talking about. I just wanted to introduce us. You know, like I wanted to be professional about it.
You did good, Trina.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
We're good.
We're still rolling. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
no edits.
But yeah, like he's gonna edit me to look like a real housewife. He said, where I'm like throwing tables and drinks, and I don't have to do it. I know that, but no.
So yeah.
So you all are a great band. I remember the first time I saw you guys, and it was at Moonshiners, which is coming up, and y'all are gonna be there. but it was at Moonshiners, and it was like that year there was a shrine there for my ex who had died, and Jason Dudley, and oh my gosh, it was just like I was in tears, and like, but your song Sister, like, oh my gosh, it like helped me so much. It was, and like Jess, Jess Falk, she like had to come and collect me and put me on the cart, the golf cart.